Okay, I'm about to show you how to make macaroni and cheese. Kicked up a bit. Okay, so for our first step on this macaroni and cheese, we're going to take a frying pan, we're going to put that on the stove at about medium heat. We're going to throw about a ½ pound of chopped bacon in there. Also, while that's cooking, you want to take a pot of about halfway full of water, put that on high, bring that up to a boil. Alright, the bacon starting to get some sizzle to it, so we're going to stir that around. You obviously don't want to burn it, you want to let it cook on all sides. Okay, so once the water starts boiling, you want to take 8 ounces of macaroni pasta, which you can use elbow macaroni, you can use shells, or you can use, like I'm using, the spirals. They're called rigatoni. Throw those in there. We're going to cook those al dente, be about 7 to 10 minutes. Alright, so this bacon's right where I want it to be. So I'm going to pull that out and set it aside. I'm going to put it on a plate with some paper towels. You got keep stirring that macaroni too. And once you got that bacon all out of there, you want to empty the grease out, all but about 2 tablespoons of it. Put that back on there. Alright, into that pan I'm going to take 1 onion, basically halved and sliced. Break that apart, and we're going to saute that and basically let that caramelize. Good idea when you're caramelizing onions, add a bit of salt. What that does is basically brings out the moisture in these onions. It helps them keep them moist while they're cooking. Alright, if I can get one, I'm going to sample this macaroni. And that is actually about where I want it, so I'm going to drain these. Now you want to turn these down a little bit. So when you drain your noodles, you want to basically rinse a little bit of cold water over them. Make sure they stop cooking. I'm also going to take and put the noodles back in the pan. And it's a good idea to slap a little butter in the pan with those as well, so keep those from sticking. Alright, so about halfway into those onions, you're going to splash a little Worcestershire sauce in there. Get that worked up in there and get some good caramelized. Alright, so once those onions are done, we're going to take and set those aside. Okay, from here we're going to make a fond. Basically, I want to take 3 tablespoons of butter, throw those into the pan, let those melt. So once that butter melts, you're going to want to add basically a 1/4 cup of flour, which I've mixed up here with a ½ teaspoon of salt, ½ teaspoon of dry mustard, and a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. I'll keep stirring that, and I'll cook that for about a minute. Stir that up real good. You want it to blend well too. You don't want big clots or whatnot. So keep stirring it so it doesn't burn as well. Alright, whisk that. Alright, once that gets going, you're going to add your milk. You want to slowly add milk. Stirring the whole time, whisking. I'll throw about half in there and I'm going to start whisking it. Make sure all the chunks are all blended in there good. And if you love your stovetop like I love my stovetop, try not to spill milk on it. That's the worst thing to get out of your cooktop. Alright, so got that good. I'm going to put the rest of that milk in there. Let that go for a bit. Alright, so we're going to let this cook till the sauce thickens up. For about 10-15 minutes. You want to stir it, keep stirring it fairly often so it doesn't cake up on the bottom on you. Whisk that. Carefully, again, like I said, you don't want to splash milk all over your stovetop. I'll crank this up a notch, cook a little faster. Don't want to cook it too fast, but I'm racing against time. I got a meatloaf in the oven. You can actually I'll put a link on my video so you can go to that video if you haven't already came to this video from the link on that video. The finished product is basically going to be my meatloaf with this mac and cheese on the side. That is starting to thicken up a little bit. I'm going to let that go for a bit and come back when it gets a little thickened up. Okay, so this is starting to thicken up. So what I'm going to do is take that away from the heat. Make sure that's good and whisked up and smooth. And from there, I want to take our cheese. You want about 2 cups of cheese. And here I've got some sharp cheddar mixed with some mozzarella. I'll put that in there, stir that up until it just gets melted. Once that's good and smooth, we're going to put our onions back in there. Put our bacon in. Stir that around. Next, we're going to take our pasta. We're going to put that in. Get that good and coated. You want to stir that up really well. Now from there we're going to take a greased 8x8 pan. Make sure that stovetop's turned off. I'm going to dump that in there. Spread that all out evenly. Then we're going to take the rest of our cheese, sprinkle that over the top. Spread that out evenly. You just want a thin layer of the cheese on top. Alright, from there, we're going to want to take and put that in the oven Move this a little forward. Throw that in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. We'll let that cook and we'll come back in a bit and see how it looks. Okay, so it's been about 25 minutes. I'm about to pull this macaroni and cheese out of here. Set that on there. And there you have it. Well, there you have it. Macaroni and cheese kicked up a notch. If you like what you see, please subscribe. Recipes in the description down below if you want to try it for yourself. Want to thank you for stopping by. Please come again.